Simple take from just a person this content is aimed at. I want to see the Democratic Party be more responsive to the will of their base. What I see here is the Democratic Party using independent creators to tell me, no, your opinion is wrong. Here's the correct one. I'm not interested in being told what I should believe. This time they can come to us, not the other way around. Yes, what you're advocating for is the fundamentals of democracy, a representative democracy that creates individuals that are supposed to be public servants that represent the wishes of the masses, represent the wishes of their base at the very least. And that's the whole point, right? That's the whole point of democracy. Otherwise, we just don't have a democracy at all. We just have like team sports. And unfortunately, under our duopoly structure, it kind of does become team sports, where there are a lot of agreements on broader issues between the two parties within this duopoly structure, where there's bipartisan compromise on issues that we don't even think about, issues that Americans think about every day, the impact of issues that Americans think about every day, like healthcare and not having socialized medicine in this country that harms millions, tens of millions of Americans. And yet it's a given that it's going to be a private public structure, not even a public structure, but like an entirely privatized endeavor, and that the Democrats themselves barely ever make a dent in that conversation. There's no back and forth on this issue. And when there is any sort of momentum from the left flank that demands we get Medicare for all, Democrats do what? They launch an unjustifiable battle against those who are actually presenting this alternative that many people actually would benefit from, regardless of whether they think it's good or not. This is the issue. And I don't like that a lot of the initiatives from the Dems have been to basically flood the market to the best of their ability with, no, you don't understand, harm reduction. Democrats are better than Republicans, which is not even false. Okay, that is true. Democrats are marginally better than Republicans on a lot of issues, and even majorly better than Republicans on a lot of issues. They just follow the Republicans, at least in the way that I've tracked it for the past, 10 years, 12 years at this point, over the course of multiple election cycles, midterms and general elections, where Democrats basically follow the Republicans' lead on a lot of these issues, and they play the role of normalizing the Overton window shifting further and further to the right as they take on and assume the positions of the Republican Party just 4 years after the fact. This obviously creates a lot of enmity. This creates a lot of anger and resentment in the base of support within the Democrat structure, which is precisely the reason why Democrats have lost support even at a time where they're supposed to be gaining momentum, gaining support, because the Republicans fucking suck. They're in power. Everything sucks. Everything is awful. The world is burning all around us. And yet people still say this is ass. Democrats are not presenting an alternative. They're not fighting back. They're not fighting back hard enough. That stems from the lack of interest demonstrated from the establishment in making changes within the party structure, making changes within their top line messaging on key issues. Okay? If you cannot be defined by major problems that persist in American society, and if you can't actively communicate that you are an earnest defender of people's rights, earnest defender of workers' rights, an earnest defender that is going to fight to fix the housing market, that you are going to fix the private healthcare structure that is so broken and so costly and so expensive and killing people, then of course people are going to assume you are in favor of whatever the fuck the Republicans present you as. Oh, they're unserious. They only want to give bottom surgery to Guatemalan migrants in prison. That was a major issue. That was a major issue in this last election. It's not the transphobia that was so captivating for people. It was the lack of interest from the Dems in addressing any of these issues seriously and sincerely that the Republicans took advantage of.